Welcome to part 3. Helen will be joining me in this part of the course to take you through 3 actual retrofit installations and show you how to apply what you learned in part 1 and part 2.
We're going to start with this house here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, then go visit a home in Austin, Texas, and finish up at a house in Tucson, Arizona. At each home, you'll meet the installation crew, you'll learn how the house was built, and you'll learn the equipment that's going to be installed and the wiring.
Then we'll walk you through the installation strategy with the crew to show you, in theory, how the installation is actually going to be performed.
Now, 3 houses were selected to show a wide variety of retrofit installation techniques. This home is balloon construction with an attic and a basement. The house in Texas is a newer platform construction with an attic and a crawl space. And the house in Tucson is a 1-story concrete block construction with no attic or basement.
And the installation process in each home will vary as well, based on the layout and the construction techniques used in the home.
Let's go meet our installer.
All right. Well, good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Grayson.
Hi, Todd.
Good morning, Helen.
Todd is General Manager of Automation Design and Entertainment. Todd's been in this industry for about 8 years. He's a licensed electrician, and he came to this industry from the cable industry. Is that right?
Correct.
Well, Todd, how long has your company been doing retrofit installations?
Pretty much about 8 years. We average 40 homes a year, or 20% of our work is from retrofit.
Now, Todd and I had a chance to do a walkthrough of the house yesterday, and we developed a little installation strategy. And why don't we take Helen through it, show her what we're going to do.
Love to see it. What all do you have planned to go in the house?
Well, we've actually created a wire chart. If you'd care to look at it, we'll walk you through the house and show you what we're going to do.
I love documentation.
Oh, great, great. So do I.
This 2-story house was built in 1926. Built using balloon construction with plaster walls and a brick veneer, and has a full attic and basement. The first floor contains the living and dining rooms, the kitchen, a study, and a family room and a converted garage area.
We've got some in-wall speakers we're going to put in on either side of the windows here.
Okay.
We're going to get rid of these bookshelf speakers that you see here, along with this finish wire. We're just going to wire that all the way up into the attic.
So they'll be flush with the wall.
Flush mount. Yep.
Homeowner will be able to have them painted to match the wall. They're really almost
Won't even see them. Yep.
Okay. How are you going to get the wires there?
We're going to go right through the outside wall, up to the next level, and then up into the attic from there. Okay, and here we are in the study. This will be a future office someday. So we're going to have a computer here and a phone. So we're going to do a structured wiring jack.
Right, and this is the audio source for those speakers in the living room.
Correct.
So we've got to get the wiring from here, somehow circuitous over there to that far wall.
You bet. And then we can go into the kitchen. We'll look at that one real quick. Okay. And not a lot going on in the kitchen. We're just going to replace this phone jack that's on the wall here.
Okay.
It's currently just running through the cabinet here. We're going to fish it up from the basement up. And the last room's the family room around the corner.
Around the corner,
Okay.
let's go.
Yep.
Following you. And what are you going to be putting in here, Todd?
Well, we've got a structured wiring port we're going to put right behind the TV set.
Okay.
And that'll pretty much take care of that.
We're going to bring that up from the basement?
Well, actually, it's going to come through the back of the cabinet. We'll see that when we go downstairs.
Okay. Well, that finishes off the first floor. Let's go take a look at the second floor.
Super.
The second floor has the master bedroom and bath, the daughter's bedroom, a guest bedroom and spare bedroom, and a home office. In the master bedroom, 2 Cat 5 jacks will be installed next to the bed, and a coax outlet will be installed in the corner near the front of the house.
Okay, across the hall is the daughter's bedroom.
And I think we're doing something over here in the corner.
Yep, we've actually got a 2 Cat 5 and 2 RG6.
And the guest room.
Okay, and what do we have in here? Oh, I see a phone and a TV jack.
Right on that far wall there. And here we
Yep,
are
this
in
is
the
an
office.
Okay, and in here we have 2 jacks going in.
Correct.
We're going to wire both sides.
Yes, we've got 2 Cat 5s going over here for voice and data, or possibly voice and fax.
Okay.
And then we've got 2 Cat 5 and 2 RG6 going in this corner, possibly for cable modem, data, fax, what he wants to choose from.
Let's go down and look at our last space in the basement. They've got a home theater room down there.
Sure.
And that'll get us down in the basement where we can cover installation.
Great, that's right down this way.
The full-height basement contains a home theater room, a workroom, laundry, and a storage room. In the entertainment room, Todd will be installing two Cat5 and two RG6 outlets in the back of the cabinetry containing the home theater equipment. Next, we're going to take a look at the storeroom across the hall. The storeroom area provides a good view of the balloon construction techniques used in the house. The solid concrete basement walls provide the foundation for all the load-bearing walls above. The floor joists rest directly on top of each concrete wall, with the wall studs nailed directly to the joists. This provides easy access across the direction of the joists. We next take a look at the workroom area where the distribution equipment will be installed.
A nice workroom.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Study above this.
Study is above this, right.
Yep.
Right. Now, earlier when we walked through, we kind of decided to put the distribution panel on this wall.
Correct.
Why don't we review why we did that?
Well, a few different reasons. One, obviously, we have the electrical service here.
Right.
So we have easy access for AC. We have our phone and our cable distribution, which is just on the outside of this wall.
And we're going to get to go out there in a few minutes, see it?
Yep. We also have a lot of the drops on this floor are centrally located to this area.
Study right above.
We've got study outlet right above us here.
Okay, yeah.
We have theater, which is right over in the corner.
That's where we were a little minute ago.
Yep. We have kitchen, which is just above the laundry room we just walked through. We have drop in there.
And the family rooms are next door to the kitchen.
And the family room is off to the side, yes.
And that's it for the first floor.
That's it for the first floor.
Your workbook has a basement wiring diagram showing all the major cable runs up to the first floor rooms. This plan also shows the vertical chase cable run location that we'll be discussing. Let's follow how we're going to get from here on this floor and particularly into the attic.
Sure. We're obviously going to have our panel on the wall here. We're going to try to use either a wire chase, either a wire tray, a cable tray, or some wire mold. And we're going to come across the ceiling and hopefully come over into this area and do a 90. Come across.
Okay, let's follow it out.
Okay. We're going to come across this area and hopefully come down and follow this pipe along the wall here.
Okay.
And then the idea is to penetrate the ceiling at this point.
Get in the joist.
And get into the joist, which takes us into the room we were in before.
That's to get on the other side of this wall.
Get on the other side of this concrete wall and around the stairs.
All right, makes it a little cleaner.
Yep, and then hopefully avoid a lot of the stuff in this room.
All right, let's see how we're going to do that.
Okay.
Oh, here's the laundry chute that we saw earlier upstairs.
Yep, we also have the kitchen just above us here, and we have a couple of drops in this area as well. We've got a phone wire that we're going to replace up here. And we also have the family room, which is just over here, that we're going to add a couple of wires to also as replacement.
That was the kitchen wall phone we saw.
Correct.
We're going to go right up here, floor above.
You bet.
So these runs, you're going to have to bring in separately from that vertical run.
Yes.
And bring those over across here.
Correct.
And then remove all this other junk.
Yes.
Great. Okay, let's take a look at that.
Okay.
And that's going to come out right here somewhere, right?
Yep, right on the other side of this wall, right up in this ceiling space right here. And just run our wire right across here. And we'll either drill through the joist or use wire rings.
Okay.
And we'll just come right across and right up to our vertical chase right here.
God, why did you pick here for the vertical chase, not one of the walls or somewhere else in this room?
Well, a couple of reasons. Yesterday, me and Grayson did some exploratory work and took some measurements, and we looked at common walls, and we found that this common wall in particular happens to run all the way up through the next floor to the second floor, and then it's also got closets all the way up. So if we do have to do any work, if we have to cut some holes, we can cut them in the closet and not do any damage that'll be noticeable to the homeowners.
Right. Now, there are many other common walls, but we found that most of those common walls, as you'd expect, are right over the concrete foundation.
Correct. Very hard to get to.
We could get to them, but it's a little more difficult.
Yep.
And this was one of the few that was clear of those walls and gave us easy access both in the attic and the ceiling, right next to the closet.
Yeah, there were others, but they had utilities, they had electrical, things like that. So this one just seemed to be the one that was free of utilities, free of piping, free of HVAC, nothing to be in our way. So clear shot all the way up.
Your workbook plans also show the location of the vertical chase up each floor. Through the wall in the dining room, the closet in the daughter's room directly above, and into the attic space, where you'll see all the major cable runs down to the second floor.
Grayson,
Nice,
you're right. This attic is nice and tall. We can stand up.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, these old balloon-style construction attics are like this. The wide open rafter space is typical. The load from the roof goes down to these outside load-bearing walls, so it gives you a lot of room to work with. That's the good part. Now, Todd, this is from where we were below. We figured somewhere around in here.
Yeah, this is going to be our chase right in this area somewhere. We should come up right in this area.
Somewhere near this vent pipe, but we're not quite sure yet.
We're above the closet in the girls' bedroom.
Well, the closet's actually over here. This is the wall somewhere in this area. Yeah.
Okay, when you come up through, then where are you going to go with the wires?
Well, we're going to probably go right up to this brace and then just follow this work up here and just kind of distribute to the different rooms. Okay. Girls' bedroom here.
That's right.
Master bedroom, speakers going down to the first floor.
Okay.
We've got office in the far corner. Okay. We've got guest room over here.
Okay. Now, we've got one last place to take a look at. That's the service entrance on the outside.
Yeah, right outside the house here, sure.
Well, let's head out.
Okay. And here we are.
The service entrance for telephone and coax is directly outside the basement window to the workroom. Previous installers put a coax splitter on the outside of the house and nailed all the cable runs on the outside as well. Most of the telephone wires also run on the outside. Todd and his crew will remove the old wiring and run new service to the distribution panel.
With 2 Cat 5.
Your guys are here, and I think I hear somebody down there working on the distribution panel. I'm going to go check on that.
Okay, great. Todd, why don't you and I go check out and see whether that vertical chase we thought might work is really going to work.
Well,
they should be just about done.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Now, Todd has made a 2-inch hole in the basement ceiling here between the joists to do our vertical chase. And it looks like, Todd, that we've got a little bit of a problem. There's a huge void space here above the hole, and it's kind of hard to see where the floor above is.
Yeah, when you look up here, it's just so wide with all the plumbing pipe that's over off to the side here. They left a big, large void for the cabinetry and whatnot. So put a bit up there, it just wobbles all over the place.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find the extension bit. And it's hard to there's no easy place to let the bit follow up one of the grooves.
Nope.
So a strategy is that we talked about is going up into the attic and working down from the attic rather than up from above.
Right.
Because we know we can easily find the right place in the floor above if we come down. So we'll make a 2-inch hole there.
Yep.
But then we're not going to be able to use this size bit on the end of an extension.
No, we'll have to go to a little bit smaller drill bit, and that means we're going to have to cut an exploratory hole in the closet so we can line those 3 holes that are going to equal this diameter so we can get our wires down.
3, say 1.5-inch holes that equal this. The problem is we've got an awful lot of wire. They easily fill a 2-inch hole. Combination of jacketed cable and individual cables because we've got to cover the entire second floor. So that's a little bit tricky. So let's go up into the attic. We'll make that hole work down and see how to do it. We might make an exploratory hole.
Yeah, up into the attic from the second floor,
Use a piano wire to do that.
You bet.
All right, I'll help you with a ladder.
Okay, great.
Hi, Paul.
Hello, Helen.
What you working on? Distribution panel, I see.
Yeah, we have our board mounted firmly to the wall with adhesive and tap cons. We have our distribution panel mounted.
Okay.
And we have our ring path set.
Okay, your ring path, I see, goes this way. That's not what we talked about earlier.
Well, we chose this path over here. It's a lot more hidden, and it brings both of the paths together from either side of the house.
Okay, great. You can go right through here for the kitchen drop and the family room wires.
Yes.
And then you can head on over. Okay, so we follow the ring path. Nice gradual bend here so we don't have any tension on all the wires. On over, and we're going to hopefully make it over to the vertical chase. Jay, you working on the hole?
Yeah, just about got her done. Got our access hole in the ceiling so we can see the joist. We're about to go through it into the next room where we'll find our vertical chase.
Okay, I like your headlight. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it does when you can't hold a flashlight and a drill at the same time. Okay, looks like we made it through the joist.
Good job. So you've got your distribution panel in. You've got your wire path done over to the vertical chase. What are you going to work on next?
Next, we will work on the outlet openings throughout the rest of the house.
Okay, I'll help you.
Sounds good.
Okay, Grayson, as we said earlier, this is our vertical chase. And
where we're coming down from above. So the goal here is to locate where the best place is to drill through. Now, we kind of measured around, but you're going to use one of those piano wire drills inside the closet here.
Yep, right on the other side of our chase. And we're going to drill up in the attic with that. Go up in the attic, locate it, move back a little bit, drill our hole.
Then we'll deal with the bottom plate here when we get that done.
You bet.
Okay, have at it.
Okay, here we go.
Thought that thing should have come up right in here.
Yep. And there she is, right there.
All right, perfect. Well, right in the middle of a 2x4.
Yep.
Now, how far in do you need to go? We want to hit right in the center of that wall space, right?
Well, this is, what, 3 3/4. So if we allow for the wall, I think if we come in maybe 2 1/4, we should be about dead center.
Okay, a wall board in the center of that wall space.
Yep.
Okay, you're going to drill a little exploratory hole just to make sure. Okay.
There we go.
All right, looks good.
Yeah, we should be able to pop it.
All right, let's take a look.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. Look at that. All the way down to the main
bottom
floor.
of the floor there.
Yep, couldn't have worked out better if we tried.
Now it's time to start drilling the holes from below here.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Helen and Jason begin work on the TP and coax outlet in the study.
A couple of challenges we might have is this radiator pipe coming up,
Okay.
and there's a second one into the wall going up to the second level.
Okay, for the office above us.
Right. And secondly, there's probably some framing studs here and here to support the window frame.
So we may very well not have enough room here to do an outlet.
Right.
So maybe we better go check it out downstairs first.
Right.
Okay, let's go do that.
Now, this is the access panel I removed earlier, and these are our heater pipes going up through the floor.
Okay, this is to the radiator in the study, and I do see a second pipe there, Jason.
Right, the one going into the wall.
Feeds upstairs to the office radiator on the second floor.
Right.
Doesn't look like there's any room by that pipe. That's the wall we were trying to get into, but with that pipe there, looks pretty snug on the right.
Right, it looks like on the left, it looks like we'll be able to get our wire up through there pretty much no problem. So I'm going to measure this pipe over, and it's 3 inches from the one coming up through the floor.
Okay.
So let's go check it out
Okay, great.
to get the wire.
Okay,
Back
so
upstairs,
if I
Jason
mark
and Helen measure over 3 inches from the radiator pipe and mark a location on the wall.
Damage.
Okay.
Jay drills a small exploratory hole to make sure he's clear and to the left of the pipe.
All right, feels pretty good.
He then drills a larger hole big enough to get the bundle cable through the wall.
Okay, let me see. There's some insulation packed in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what we'll do to get through that is take a small fish wire, it's not real flexible, fairly stiff, and we'll run it down, and we'll see if we can't get Paul to meet us in the basement and locate the other end of this wire.
Okay. So Jason, looks like we're ready to pull the wire.
Yeah, Paul's got us all hooked up downstairs to our pull sleeve and says we were ready to go.
Okay, let's hope it works. Because fishing that was not easy.
No, bit of a challenge on this one. Just kind of want to guide it up.
He's feeding it to us, right?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay,
Okay, you want to pull at an upward angle because of the wire so thick.
that's right. And I remember we drilled that hole that way.
We're going to leave about 10 to 12 inches extra so we have plenty to work with when we put on our plates.
Okay, let's move on to the next pole.
Great.
Now, I've removed a small piece of the baseboard behind the closet wall here and cut a small rectangle in the wall material so I can gain access to just above the floor. Now, we've got to do this because we can't get a right angle drill in here, and so Todd's feeding down the drill bits on the extensions you saw. We're going to make 3 1.5-inch holes side by side, and I'm literally going to guide that bit into place so he can drill through in just the right spot so we can accommodate all that cable we've got to get from one floor to the other. Okay, Todd, I've got the access hole. We're ready for you to lower the drill.
Okay, I'll let you you drive, Paul. I'll steer. Okay, got it. Good. That's the third one. Come on up. Beautiful job, beautiful job.
Okay, Todd, it looks like all three of them.
Beautiful, huh? All right,
All right,
we like that.
something works good for a chain.
We like that.
Now you're going to drop the ball chain down.
Yeah.
Through either hole, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter at this time, no.
Okay, we're going to grab it down in the basement and then pull a pull cord up.
Yep, I've actually got an end right here, ready to go.
Okay, now we're going to do that 3 times. So you're going to pull 3 pull cords up.
Yep.
So we don't get them tangled up, and we'll start pull our cable up from below.
Correct.
Todd feeds the first ball chain down to the second floor, where I guide the chain through one of the 3 holes in the floor to the basement, where Jason attaches a pull cord.
Okay, here we go, and there it is, got it.
He then drops the chain for the second pull cord.
Yes.
Jason, getting ready to pull the second pull chain?
Yeah, I'm trying to locate it right now. Kind of. Oh, I think I've got it. All right, here we've got it.
We've got 2 of the pull cords done. When we get the third one done, we're going to start pulling cable up the wall. And Todd finally gets the third pull cord.
There it is.
I'll help pull it off the spools as we go.
Okay, here we go. Hey, there it is. All right.
Okay, we're in the guest room. And how are you going to pull this wire?
Well, luckily we have an old outlet here with a telephone also that we're not going to be using.
So you were able to use this opening.
Right, and we're also able to use this telephone wire as our new pull wire.
Oh, that makes it easy.
Right, yep.
Okay.
So,
Should be also be easy because this is an inside wall. Okay,
right,
let's
yep.
see. Can you find it?
Should be right in here.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah. And I believe Paul's upstairs ready to tie on the wire.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it taped on.
Right, exactly. And here we go.
So there you
Bingo.
go. We got our wires.
Okay, Paul, we've got it down here.
Okay.
Next, Helen joins Todd in the living room, where he's preparing to install the in-wall speakers.
So first,
Helen asked Todd to cover the speaker retrofit installation and challenges.
Yeah, the challenge in a home is trying to find your stud base first and make sure that you've got a good area to work with and keep your speakers symmetrical.
Okay.
Next, I'll put my template up, I'll level it, I'll cut my hole with a router tool, and then I'll drill my holes up into the next stud bay above on the next floor.
Okay.
Quite often I'd use an extension bit and continue on up into the attic, but
I have that roof line. I know here's the outside wall. This roof is pretty stiff. You could go right through that roof.
exactly.
With a big drill bit.
Yeah, in this case I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it a little bit different and get up into that stud bay, and then I'll come in from the attic down and make the two meet.
Okay.
Let me just check one more time. I always like to check twice. Cut once, check twice.
Okay.
Okay, there it is.
Coming out.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're just going to slide this little guy right up inside this bay.
Nice flexible long bit.
Yeah, I'm going to try to position myself so I'm not on the outside wall because I don't want to penetrate the front of the building.
Okay. So through the top plate.
Yep.
And then you got to go through the floorboard.
Okay, and that's it. We made it. You bet.
Now how are we going to figure out where we go through?
We're going to measure. I drilled about center, so we're going to just measure real quick. 37 and a half. We'll go upstairs and I'll show you. Okay, here we are in the master bedroom.
And this is the wall above the living room where the speaker is.
Most certainly. And so now I'm just going to measure real quick. Get my mark.
37 and a
37 and a
half.
half. We're going to mark that real quick right there. And I'll get my locator and put that up into the attic. This will give us our location up in the attic so Paul can drill down and drop the ball chain down.
Okay.
And we'll just leave that right there and he should be able to find that.
Okay.
Nasty stuff, isn't it? We've got our ball chain down the wall. We're going to use our magnetic retriever, stick it up through the 2 plates, tie on, grab onto it, and pull it right down.
So you're going through the top plate and then through the floorboards, and hopefully the pull chain's piled up there in that cavity.
Well, actually I feel it right there. Pull it right down. Okay, so there we go. Got it. Okay, here's our ball chain. Now if you could hand me the string.
Okay.
We'll tie that right onto this. Pull it right back up. Paul will pull it up, tie on the wire. We'll be good. Go ahead, Paul, pull that up. Okay. We should have our wire at the end of this when I pull this down. Here we go. There it is. Great. This is the way we like to see it work. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll do the same thing on the other speaker, and then I'll get them installed and we'll be done with this room.
We're putting the outlet in the daughter's room. Now, we're on the 2nd floor. It's on an outside wall, and Todd's going to try to drill up, and we're going to be careful to do that and not to go through the roof.
Now I'm going to take a measurement from the ceiling to the top of my hole, add 2 inches, 81.
Because we think if there is a top plate, it's 2 inches above
Typically,
where this stops. That's what we saw in the other room.
Right, so then we're going to mark our bit so we know where we're at.
Okay, I got it marked for you.
Okay.
Now, we've got to use a big bit, unfortunately, because we've got that bundled structured cable we're using.
Sure do.
Unfortunately, so it's not going to be an easy one where you can just use the corner to guide the bit up.
Right. I think it might have actually been through.
Okay, looks like we got it.
So now I'm going to stick this up there and hopefully find my hole.
All right, we got enough, got plenty of pull cord.
Got plenty of pull cord.
Hey,
you owe me dinner, chump.
I got it.
Go. Let's see if this thing pops out like it should. Oh, look at that.
Okay.
We just love it.
Okay, Paul, we got it.
That is...
Meanwhile, Jay begins the first floor trim out in the study by installing a surface mount box for the coax and TP outlet. Upstairs in the home office, Todd cuts the 2 outlet holes and drills up into the attic, where Paul will feed down the TP and coax cables.
Hello, Grayson. How you doing?
Todd. Coming up for a progress check.
I just finished the last 2 cables, put them in the rings, and we're done up here, I do believe.
Well, this looks pretty good. Yeah. You've got, where do these go?
Well, this all goes to the master bedroom area of the home. It just runs right along the ceiling here.
All right.
And then we kind of distribute to the different areas of the master bedroom, speakers and telephone TV jacks.
That looks real nice.
Yeah, not too bad.
Now this is real easy for additions in the future.
Sure is.
And yeah, I see you've got some cables. These feed the back half of the house.
Yep, we've got a bedroom, an office, and a guest room back there.
And all these pulled down on the outside walls.
Outside and a couple inside walls, yep.
Well, it looks like I think you've got all of the second floor cables pulled.
All the fishing on this floor is done. We've just got some plates to terminate and we're done up here.
Okay, I think Jason's working down in the basement to finish up. That's the last major pull from the vertical chase over to the distribution panel.
You bet.
I want to catch that. There's a lot of cable down there.
I'm just going to clean up a little bit and I'll see you soon.
All right. Whew. Hey, Paul.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Hey, Helen, how are you guys doing?
Hi, Grayson. We're finishing up the kitchen and the family room pull.
Good. Well, you got a mess of cable here on the floor. What's all this about?
Well, this is our slack. We had to make sure we had enough to reach our distribution panel here, and Paul's in the process of taping it up so we can run it through the joists and then through our ring path.
Yeah, so you got to pull all this back and then through those rings and get it through the wall and so forth. It's
Right.
kind of a hard job. Well, I checked with Todd upstairs. He's completely finished all the runs in the attic, and they're all pulled down to the second floor, and he's trimmed out a bunch of them, so they're way ahead. So I'll help you guys catch up down here.
Okay.
I'll go give Paul a hand with taping and pulling.
Okay, we'll finish
Well,
up
we'll
the
meet
last two
somewhere.
runs. Here we go.
Trying to keep that bundle on the
Yeah,
outside.
if we don't keep them straight, then they will pinch when it's going around the corner and snag
Okay.
the wire and fold it over.
So, how much more wire do you need?
While we're prepping the cable, Helen and Jason begin installing the cable runs to the kitchen and the family room.
Okay, I'm dropping the Cat 5 here to go up to the kitchen phone, and we'll keep going with the family room bundled cable. Not good there. Okay, feed me green only. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna need the screwdriver. We're gonna have to punch the hole bigger. Remember, you were using the existing cable as our pull. So it was a good idea. This cement board is not easy. Okay, unfortunately it's the size of the coax. So we're gonna need a drill bit. We're gonna have to drill the board.
Meanwhile, Paul and I begin feeding the attic cable runs back to the distribution panel in the workroom. Paul's going to use this fish rod with a little ball chain on the end for to feed down between the joists where we've got that wall through from the workroom, hole through from the workroom anyway. I'm going to go in there and try to grab it with the little gadget with a magnet on the end, and then we're going to use the green rod to fish this thing through into the workroom. Okay, I got the magnetic retriever through. Okay, I got it.
Okay, that's the last of it.
Whew, that's the last of pulling the slack of that vertical run down to the distribution center. Paul, we're going to cut this excess off and then take it down into the distribution center. We'll be ready to trim it up, right? Mm-hmm. Looks like Jay and Todd are just about finished pulling our service entrance cable so we can feed that through, and they're going to route through the ceiling here down here soon. Well, that's done. That's the wire.
Yo, Grayson, just finished up upstairs, all trimmed up, cleaned up. How you doing?
Well, it's about time you guys got done. We're about finished. I've got all the cable runs are in here, and Jay and Paul are pulling the last service entrance wires, and when they get in here, that'll be it. Okay. We're going to leave it up to you guys to trim that out.
Great.
We did all the hard work for you.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate it.